未来の父さんから。私はそう指示を受けた。ついさっき。
なんだって。
In the future, Dara had come up with an operation I knew nothing about, and he needed my Yuri for it? Her unexpected words sent my mind reeling. And then Mayuri came close enough for me to hold her and grab my hand tight. She looked a little like she was about to cry, but her eyes were clear and bright.
行かせて。ね。マユシーもラボメンなんだよ。落ち込んじゃってる彦星さんをマユシーがひっぱたいてきてあげるから。
That's one way to do it.
お願い。
I remember what was in that message. I remembered how she must feel right now. The last remnants of my hesitation slowly melted away.
俺一人で何もかも背負ってると勘違いしていたんだな。周りのことが見えてなかったんだな。マユリだけじゃない。俺の近くにはたくさんのラボメンたちがいるのにな。
おかり。
Ow. I suddenly felt a horrible pain in my leg as a shock knocked me several meters forward and onto the ground. I looked down at my leg and saw that there was a red stain around the calf. It felt like it was on fire. The pain flared up each time my heart beat, and I couldn't stand. Was I just shot? A girl in a motorcycle suit was standing there. Kagari had a handgun in her right hand, and in her left, she was holding what looked like a bomb. There was no sign of the professor or the other men in the camo. That much was fortunate, but Kagari had shown up a little earlier than I expected. I hadn't quite planned for this, but evidently I'd run out of time. In fact, there was no sign of anyone but Kagari showing up. That meant that Daro and Maho's efforts have been successful, and they'd kept the secrets of the time machine out of Stratfor's hands. She was looking at my injured leg and panicking. Kagari fired again. The bullet struck less than 30 centimeters away from where I was lying on the ground. Suzuka pushed Mayuri inside the time machine and out of my sight. Suzuka followed Mayuri inside, and at the same time the hatch started to close. Kagari ran up to it. I forced myself to stand up, ignoring the piercing pain, and blocked her way. Kagari kicked my injured leg and hard. That was gonna happen. The pain made me so dizzy like it hardly stand. Kagari slipped past me and tried to grab onto the time machine. She was going to use the bomb in her hand. If she did, things would turn out the same as last time. My time leap would be wasted. I grabbed her from behind and wrapped my arms around her. I pulled her away from the machine, ignoring the pain in my leg. Mayuri tossed a hard drive to me from the almost completely closed hatch. What fell on the floor was a thing Kirito had left behind for Maho. I thought Russia had destroyed it.
父さんを怒らないでやって。これからのタイムマシン研究に必要なものだと思うから。
I could just barely hear Suzuha's voice from within the machine. So that was it. Daro had hid it in the time machine. I could see Mayuri looking at me from the small gap in the door. That's right. This was a temporary goodbye. I'd see her again someday. Right, Mayuri? So I'd send off my brave lab member 002 with my hand held high. Or head held high. I smiled as the hatch sealed completely shut. The time machine started to roar. I feel like I heard a helicopter in the distance. I believed him, but for now I had no proof that Daro had been able to crack the complicated Amadeus system and delete every bit of data. It was possible that special forces teams from all around the world were converging on Akihabara right now. Imagining that made me want to hurry. Quickly. Go quickly. I felt like praying. Excuse me. I felt like praying as I watched the pale light surrounding the time machine. Kaguri's cry went unanswered. A bright light covered the time machine and it vanished from this world. Kaguri sobbed and glared at me with eyes full of hate. She shook away my hands and pointed the gun at my head. I stared her dead in the face.
世界をダメにしたバカな男を叱りに行ったんだ。この世界のためにとっても大事なことをしてきてくれるんだ。
嘘だ。ママも鈴葉お姉ちゃんもかがりを置き去りにしていったんだ。
嘘じゃない。俺も君がもっと幸せな場所でマユリと出会えるようにこれから頑張ってみる。だからもうやめにしような。
そんな話信じられない。
いや、君なら信じてくれるはずだ。だって俺は君が本当は誰でどんなに優しい人かよく知ってるから。
The gun barrel started to shake a little.
知ってる。俺は48時間後からタイムリープしてきたからな。
Kaguri put her hands to her head as her body spasmed with pain. 'Kaguri wasn't making any sense. Was this brainwashing? Had the professor done something so cruel? I grabbed the flailing hand that held the gun and looked deep into her eyes. She was crying and
聞くん
scared.
だ。ママはきっともう戻ってこない。でもこれから俺たちが頑張れば、もしかしたらママも君も幸せな形で一緒に暮らせる世界が訪れるかもしれない。君のママはそのために時間を飛び越えていったんだ。そのママの気持ちを台無しにしちゃダメだ。君は今からでもやり直せる。
神様の声に逆らってもいいの？
あ、
The voice God she was hearing was probably the professor's brainwashing. How far had his claws sunk into her mind, I had no way to tell. But now we had Maho, a specialist in brain science. If we worked hard at treatment, I'm sure she'll be okay.
岡部さん、
Her voice was normal again.
ママに会いたいよ。会えるかな？
会えるさ、いつか。
よかった。
Did she just shoot herself? Or did someone shoot her? There was another sudden gunshot. Kaguri's body collapsed right in front of me. Uh-oh. I looked over to where it came from and saw another girl in a black motorcycle suit. She wasn't wearing a helmet, so I could tell it was Moeka Kiryu pointing a gun at us. Her face was deathly pale and she was crying.
なんでお前がこんな。なんでだよ、桐生萌か。
FB ねえ FB 私あんな女になんか騙されなかった。こんなの偽物の携帯だって分かったよ。だからお願い、私を見捨てないで。 FB
The cell phone fell from her hands. Another shot from her gun blew it into fragments. I held Kaguri in my arms. Her chest was turning red. Let's reuse this scene again.
しっかりしろ。
よかった。神様の言う通りにしても間違うことあったんだ。自業自得ですよ。彼女の心を踏みにじって利用しようとしたからごめんなさい。こんな子になるつもりじゃなかったの。ねえママ、どこなの？
Her voice grew thinner. Moeka Kiryu collapsed some distance away. Her eyes were unfocused, and all she did was mumble. She didn't seem capable of coherent thought. Both of them would be in danger if I didn't get them to a hospital. But... Dozens of men in camo jumped over the fence on the roof out of nowhere. Even Daro and Maho couldn't succeed in this short time span. Or was this world line going to converge so that the war started here no matter what? No, but...
無駄なんかじゃなかったさ。